I'm told to do the meditation, which is based on the sanghas tradition, which is called the 9 stages. And I think it's very difficult to really get all the 9 stages in one sitting. Probably we may have to spread in a few sessions. When we're really talking about the meditation, we have to be very clear that these 9 stages, they relate not to the body, not to the senses, but to the mind. Okay, the meditation is of the mind. And this journey from the scattering mind to the shamatha, which is called the single point concentration, is of the mind. Well, the question is that we have a body. What do we do with that? Obviously, to begin with, it is very difficult to really take away the mind and the mind meditating there. So all the teachers, they have really put it that we need to stabilize our body, and the body becomes the support for the mind to meditate. If the body is stable, the mind would be stable. And if the mind is stable, then the meditation would be stable. So there is a kind of the base to base to base. So why why it is really required to stabilize the body? What do we do that? The posture is so important. I think by and large, we find that we try to ignore what should be the body position when we are doing the meditation. I just want to read a passage which is written by one of the great teacher belonging to meditative tradition. So he's saying that there are 2 ways to describe posture during meditation. The 7 aspects of the posture of Virochana and the 5 aspects of dhyana meditation. In this section, I shall describe the 7 aspects of Virochana. Virochana means what illuminates, what makes clear. So it's another way of really saying that the way we position our body in the meditation, either it brings clarity or it brings the dullness. So the body itself gives the basis for the illumination. Okay? So Virochana is the physical posture of sitting that helps one cultivate a meditative state and makes the mind stable and clear. Whether the mind becomes unstable depends on what are called the airs or subtle winds, the prana, and in Tibetan it is called the lung. There is the gross air, which is the breath one inhales and exhales. But there is also a subtle air which is involved with the movements of the body and the movements of the thoughts. Body and mind are related. So when these subtle airs become still in the body, the mind also becomes still. One makes these subtle airs stable by working on the inner channels, nadi, through which the airs move. If these channels are straight and stable, the subtle air will become stable and the mind will become stable. To make these channels straight and stable, one must have proper posture during meditation. I hope you get this idea very clear as why we need to have the posture very clear. It's like in this 7 Virochana posture, which is really described, there are 7 points. One is the legs. What do you do with the legs? The Buddha, in all his teaching, has put it that it should be cross-legged, okay, which you can say as the lotus pose, half lotus, and even sukhasana. But nowadays, a lot of teachers, they are saying that you could sit even on the chair, but when you're sitting on the chair, just ensure that your legs are not crossed, because that's going to obstruct the flow of the energy. And back should not be supported by the back of the chair. So there should be the gap, because in the meditative state, there's a tendency to expand what is called the auric energy. So it should not really get affected by that. That is the first. And the second is the hand. What do you do with the hand? Very classically, it is put that you bring your left hand here and the right on that, and the fingers that touch. This is bringing the subtle energy in the state of equanimity. It's like, if you're really talking the Chinese way, yin and yang, they come together. It's like the energy of the left and right, Ida and Pingla, they come in the balance. And ultimately, the whole purpose is, can this energy go to the subtle channel, which is the Sushmana? Okay, so that is the, and the third one, the spine. Spine should be absolutely straight. It should be upright, but it should not be uptight. Very important. Okay, I think as we keep on doing the meditation, I think some of the writers has written that our spine should be like the stem of the lotus. It should be so soft, but still functioning well. This, all the teachers say, is absolutely non-negotiable, keeping the spine straight. Okay? And then the neck, it should look down as if you are gazing down. We are not looking down that way, just gazing. There's no particular focus. And if possible, those who can really do the nose tape, the eye, nose tape, and the navel, can they be aligned? It gives a different look, different feel to the body posture. And then the eyes, it should be hooded. Bring the lower eyes up and the upper one low, hooded, as if very, very small, you can say the rays there. It's a soft gazing. And the tongue should touch the upper palate. So this is what the Virochana posture is. And I think this posture probably is accepted by all the tradition in Buddhism. Okay, so today I think I really would like to focus more on the posture and then touch the first stage of the 9 stage of the meditation. Okay, of the 9 stages, we are going to touch the first one, which is called Chitta Sathapna. Okay, which means our mind has been going in 1,000 different directions. Can we bring it to a single point and establish there, which is called Chitta Sthapna in the Sanskrit, and in English it has been put in a different way. Some people saying that setting the mind, some saying that the placing the mind. I think expression could be anything, but the whole purpose is the mind which goes in 1,000 different directions, can we bring it to a single point and place it there? Okay, so that should be the first stage. And today, after talking about the posture, we would come to that point as Asanga has put in his framework. And then maybe once that base becomes very strong, stable, we could move to the second, third, fourth later on. Okay? Now, just to make the body very stable, very relaxed, sit very comfortably. I think the body should be upright, but not uptight. Okay? And for that, those who are sitting, 2-3 things. Your knees should touch the cushion. If you want, you can sit there, and if you find that your knees are not touching the ground, you can put the cushion as a support. Okay, so that this base becomes very, very stable. It's just like the root. Okay, yeah, yes. You can put as many cushion to begin with, so that you really feel very stable. And your hips should be higher than your knees. Otherwise, after some time, you will feel as if the body is going back. Okay? Put one more cushion on your, yeah. And you should feel that your hip is higher than your knees. Then you will feel that you feel supported. Okay? Yeah. And you will feel that your spine is also exactly. Okay? So just feel that. And take 3 deep breaths through the nose and exhale very softly, gently through your mouth. And at the end of each exhalation, feel that your body is more grounded. The body, when we are sitting in the meditation, it should have 3 qualities. One is relaxed, totally relaxed. And second is it should be still. And third is it should be vigilant. Okay. Now, just to have these characteristics, if you want, you can close your eyes because it's a guided. If you are used to keep your eyes open, you can keep your eyes open. So just feel now that your hips are touching the cushion. The contact point, touch means the feeling. Okay. Now, your mind touches your lower back. At the touch point, feel the sensation as if it's opening. Go up to the middle back, up to the shoulder blades. Feel that your shoulder blades are opening. Your shoulders, both shoulders open up. Feel that your back from shoulder down to the hip are relaxed. Very relaxed. As if all the muscles feel relaxed. Now, bring the mind on the top of your right shoulder. Now it's only the mind which is playing the role. Just feel your right shoulder being touched by the mind and feeling the sensation there. Relax. Roll down your mind through the core of your right arm and your elbow. Just feel your elbow around. You can feel it right to left, left to right, the elbow bone. Totally relax. Roll it down through your lower arm to the wrist. Feel your wrist. Round your wrist, right to left, left to right. Feel the bones. Relax. Move up to the fingertips. Feel all the bones of your fingers. Relax. Once again, bring the mind on the top of your left shoulder. Feel the difference between the right arm and the left arm. Right is lighter. Left is a bit heavy. Now, feel your left shoulder. Relax. Roll it down through the core of your arm to the elbow. Relax your elbow. Feel your elbow round, right to left, left to right, the bone. Feel it. Roll down to the wrist. Wrist, right to left, left to right. Feel the wrist bones. Move up to the fingertips. Feel all your fingers, bones. Relax. Once again, bring the mind at the back of your neck. At the touch point, relax. We tend to store a lot of hardness there. Relax. Back of the neck, back of the head. Relax. Top of the head. Relax. Right side of the head. Relax. Left side. Forehead. Relax your forehead as if it's opening up. Relax both your eyebrows. Relax your ears. Relax your eyes. Make your eyes very soft. Very soft. Keeping the eyes very bright, very soft. Don't feel sleepy. Make your eyes very soft. The softness of the eye muscles awakens many nerves, many muscles inside. Relax your eyes. Make it as soft as possible. Relax your cheekbones. Relax your nostril. Relax your upper lip, lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax. Just feel as if your chin has fallen down on the ground. You will feel very relaxed. Relax your whole face. Just feel that all the muscles of your face are relaxed. We have about 300 muscles. Just feel that they are relaxed. Now, as we take off the cap, visualize that you have taken off your head like the cap, and you're seeing your brain. Just feel your brain. Very active, very calm, very peaceful. Just feel that your head and the face is now totally relaxed. The face as calm as the full moon. Relax your throat pit. Relax your chest region. Open up. Back straight. Front open. Relax your abdominal region. Just feel now once again your hips touching the cushion. Sensation at the touch point. Bring the mind now right inside your right hip. Feel the sensation there. Roll it down through the core of your thigh, very gently, and feeling the sensation to the knee. Relax your knee. Feel your knee round, right to left, left to right. Feel the bone, knee bone. Roll it down. Very gently, and touch your ankle. Feel your ankle. Right to left, left to right, the round. Feel the bone. Move up to the fingertips, your toes. Feel all the bones of your toes. Now the other side, the other hip. Just feel that your mind inside your hip Roll it down through the core of your thigh and to the knee. Relax your knee. Right to left, left to right. Feel it. Feel the bone. Go down very gently, the calf muscle. Touch your ankle. Right to left, left to right, the round. Feel the bone. And move up to the toe. Just feel all the fingers of your toes. Now, the back should be very strong, but not uptight. And the front aphesis is open. Once again, bring the mind, touch of the cushion, and move up vertebra by vertebra, your spine, 33 vertebra. Just move up very gently. And with each touch, feel that the spine is getting elongated. Now, just to see that there is no hard point in the body, you can take 3 deep breaths from your nose and you exhale from the mouth. And at the end of each exhalation, feel that the body is totally grounded and it's totally relaxed. Just feel this relaxation from inside, in your body, from inside. Let these relaxed feeling flow in your whole body from inside, as if you're luxuriating in that. It's a very gentle healing massage. Just feel whole body from inside is feeling relaxed. The first criteria for the meditative posture is relaxation. If the body is not relaxed, meditation cannot be stable. It can't be longer. It is said, if the body is not relaxed, doing meditation is like building a castle on the frozen ice. Sooner or later, it's going to collapse. Just feel this relaxation from inside. Let it flow. Very gentle massage. With this relaxed state, let the body remain absolutely still now. The body is not only relaxed, but it is positioned in its total stability, like a peak or mountain. Yet it is in an awakened state. The body is totally alert. it's not sleepy, it's not dull, it is not lethargic. So these three qualities, relaxation, stillness, and awakened state of the mind, awakened state of the body should be positioned in this way. Now, when the body is positioned like that, then we have to do the meditation. The meditation is not of the body, it is not of the senses, it is of the mind. Now, as per the tradition of Asanga, the mind which goes in 1,000 different directions, we have to bring it to one point. Now, as per the tradition of Asanga, we have to bring the mind at the entrance of the nostril. Just visualize that the mind, which has gone in 1,000 different directions, is placed at the entrance of the nostril. This is the first stage of 9 stages. It is called Chitta Sthapna. Chit means mind, Sthapna means the established or placed. Different people have used different words, some saying that it is placing the mind, some saying setting the mind, some saying that it is the directing the mind, but the reference point is the entrance at the nostril. Okay? So the mind which has gone or which goes to 1,000 different directions, we have brought it to one point, that is at the entrance of the nostril. Now, to make it more stable, the different teachers have put that we should count so that it becomes the additional anchor. In terms of the number, some teachers put 27 counts, some saying 21, some saying 11, some 10, and some 7. Okay, I think that is different teachers, based on their experiences, put different numbers. Now, the question of the counting, how does one really count? The word which is used in the traditional classical, it is called ganna, which means the counting, whether it's a Theravada system or whether it's a Mahayana. Now, some of the teachers saying that right in the beginning, when you inhale, you say 1, and then 1 goes. And then you come to the second. Some teachers saying that, okay, you are breathing in and you are breathing out, and at the end of the exhalation, you count 1. And there are some who are saying that just in the middle, you count is going on and 1. And some saying that really follow the breath and count. I think the counting is, I would say, depending on which teacher you are really following. But if you come to Asanga, he said 10 breaths. And now, the tradition of counting also, some teachers saying that, okay, you go forward, 1, then forward. But Asanga says we should count backward. So which means we are counting from 10 to 1. Okay. As we are going to follow the 9 stages of meditative equipoise as given by Asanga, let us follow the Asanga's tradition. You start your breathing and start moving backwards. One round is when we really come 10 to 1. That is the meditative state. Okay? I think at your own pace, you can bring, after having brought the mind at the entrance of the nostril, which is the placement, just start doing the breathing. In fact, this part, the counting, is really the second bhumi, the second stage. On the first, all the teachers, all the scripture that say that bringing the mind and placing it at the entrance of the nostril, it is just like, when the people plow the field, the 2 blocks are there, we put the yoke. So it's like that. That's the placement. Or there's a big log of wood, and the 2 people on the both side, they are there. They have placed the saw, but they have not started working. So similarly, the first stage is really the placement of the mind at the entrance of the nostril. Okay? And the second is then start working on that. So at your own pace, kindly do 10 rounds. Don't lose the counting. If you find that you have lost the counting, again start from the beginning. We are trying to stabilize the mind. At the entrance of the nostril, when the air touches, there's a sensation. And at that point, the mind, the body, and the breath, as if they all came together at that point. So the whole focus of the mind is on that tactile sensation at the entrance of the nostril. Just do 10 rounds at your own pace. Awareness of the mind is totally with the tactile sensation of the breathing. If mind wanders away from the tactile sensation at the entrance of the nostril, just be aware of that and bring back very gently again at that point. And even that point, the tactile sensation point, don't make it too tight. Keep it relaxed. Just listen to the sound that you can hear in this room. And just feel your cushion. Normalize your breathing, your normal breathing. And at your own pace, you can come out of the meditation. Yeah, I just want to mention that we are doing this practice of shamatha basically to stabilize the mind, because our mind is wandering everywhere. And it is clearly established that in 24 hours, you know how many thoughts crosses in our mind? Any guess? How many thoughts you think goes in our mind in 24 hours? Hmm? Millions is, I think, too high. Anyway, I think the psychologists, they really put it that it would be somewhere between 60,000 to 100,000. So we are not really aware. And 90% of the thoughts are repetitive. They don't serve any purpose. So we are really losing a lot of our mental energy by not being aware of that. So the whole thing is that the mind which goes in 1,000 directions, can we bring it to a single point here, the nostril point? This is what has been said by all the teachers. Okay, now I said the nostril point because we are following the asangas. This is very good for the single point concentration, which is called chittas ekagrata. Okay, how to bring the chit to single point. But if you find that the mind is having a lot of thoughts, belly breathing is also very good. Okay, that is for the mindfulness. you can try that also. And if you want to open your heart, the chest region. Some of you who are singer, the throat, or public speakers, throat. Be aware of that. But single point, because this is smallest, because this abdomen area is large. Okay, this is still bigger, this is smaller, but this point, they say that it should be equivalent to the size of a mustard seed. It's almost like bringing the whole energy to that point. And it is said even that it should become so sharp that it should become like a laser beam. Okay. So the shamatha is really to make our mind steady, sharp. But once we get that, what do we do that? Why? What purpose? Then it moves to the vipassana. We are not going to talk about the vipassana because we are only talking of the shamatha, the stabilization and steadiness of the mind. Just to give you the idea that once the mind becomes very sharp, we are using that mind to analyze the reality of the things. Vipassana, even the word itself, is made of the two. Vi is vishesh. Pasana is to see. So, with this sharp, clear, bright mind, one is trying to penetrate to see what is the reality of maybe this. What is the reality of this table? What is the reality of this life? Okay, so some people have put it that is seeing more than what one is seeing. Right? I think if you are student of science, you would definitely know. You would not see the water I see as the water, but you may see it what? How do you see the water as the chemist sees it, or the physicist see that? So it's seeing more than that. So that is the Buddhist path. The mind, which is going in 1,000 different directions, can we gather it to one point, making it very stable and steady, then we move to the analytical meditation. Because if this is not steady, the analysis cannot be deeper, perceptive, longer. Okay. If you have heard this name called the Shantideva, who is considered as he was a great master. So he is saying, I'll just read, knowing that spatial insight endowed with calm abiding thoroughly destroys the afflictive emotions. One must initially seek calm abiding. Calm abiding means the shamatha. It is achieved by those liking non-attachment to the world. Okay. So in one way saying that when we are practicing this shamatha or the calm abiding, afflictive emotions would be calmed down. Okay. So this, I would say, becoming more like the additional advantage. Right. So I think the time is almost over. What I really wanted to highlight today is that the posture is very important. Posture is very important. I mean, and can this posture be aligned to the gravity of the earth? Then it can really sit like a rock, like a peak of the mountain. They don't shake because they're totally aligned. Right? So that is what I really wanted to put in that. Posture is very important. And then the second is that of the 9 stages, today we have really touched the first one, which is said Chitta Sthapana, which means the placing the mind. Okay, and some have said that setting the mind. Where? On the object. In this case, what was the object? It is the tactile sensation here. When the air is touching, there's a tactile sensation there. Okay, that is the object of the meditation. And the first stage is that the mind is placed here. It has not gone loitering in a mall or somewhere in the restaurant. The mind is brought to, it is placed here. Okay? And then next time we are going to do the second stage, which is called the continuous placement. And the third one is the patch. And the fourth one, the close placement or close attention. Okay? I think in the next round, we will try to do that. Any question, any question which has really come up? If possible, I'll try to, yeah.
I've tried many times to sit the 7-point posture. The two things that really not able to hold grasp of, even after trying regularly, I feel the mid upper back to be a very point of, it becomes the point of object. So the attention actually goes significantly over there.
In fact, the way you are sitting, it will create that problem because you are sitting like this. Can you put more cushion? Just try. Just sit here. Sit on the edge of the cushion. Yeah. Make your spine straight. Because the way you are sitting, no. If required, you put one more cushion and see. The hip should be always higher. Yeah. You will feel better this time. Right? So it's very important. Do you feel some difference?
There's a difference. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah. So try this.
On the ground, raising the hips.
Yeah. Hips up and the knees touching the ground.
The second thing was the legs in the half lotus. I'm not able to do the full one.
That
Sleeves.
that doesn't matter. I think lotus is really very good, and everyone says that one can sit longer. But even if you are doing half lotus, it's okay. Even if you are in the sukhasana, it's okay. But to begin with, the body should be really upright. And feel that, yes, body is sitting very majestically. Yeah. And at home, if you have a cushion, it's okay. Otherwise, you can use pillow, whatever. Yeah. Yeah, now I can see that your posture is much better. There, it was going like this because your hip was lower than the knees because you use the two cushions beneath your, but yeah.
When I was doing the meditation, I actually elevated it using the cushion,
Mhm.
the red ones. Even now, after some time, it seems to be a bit. So what I usually do, and I know it is not the best way, but I simply sit on the seat, the cushion seat, and I try to very gently touch this part of the back with the back, but I still don't touch the knees. So that is, I think, 3-point balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this is stable, you find that this will have the tendency to be stable. Yeah. And another thing is that no forcing at all. It's just being aware, okay, I think there is the hard point here, just relax that. Just being aware of the relaxation. Because if you put too much of force, then you will feel tired. And after some time, I think one may even give up also. So it's the awareness. Okay? I don't know whether you heard the story, how the body and the mind should be totally relaxed. There was a great musician who became the disciple of Buddha, and he could not really meditate. He was tightening, sometime too relaxing, lax. So Buddha asked that, okay, you play the instrument. If you tighten it, what will happen? Obviously, he said that it will crack, it will break. But if you loosen it too much, then what will happen? The music will not come. So our body is also like that. I think it's a very, sometimes I would say that we are not really gentle and generous to our body, which really gives so much of support to our life. Yeah. So everything very gently, very gently. And just feel that, well, I think sitting like this is a fun. It is not a great effort. Okay.
Usually someone will ask you about the name of the book.
Name of the book? Which book? I should not say that. This I was reading only one para. But if you really want to read the book, I would say one is, there's a small book, it is called Calming the Mind by Gen Lamrimpa. Okay, that is one. And the second book I really suggest is Attention Revolution by Ellen. Okay, I think for the time being, if you really read and get that, I would say that there would be great change in that.
Read the name of the second book.
Second book is Attention Revolution by Ellen. In fact, we were fortunate enough because I am part of this institution called the Deer Park. After persuading him for almost 8 months, I think we had Ellen in our Deer Park. And very surprisingly, I found that more than the Indians, it was the Westerners who came. So when I asked how is it that he is there, so they said that his programs are very expensive in West, because in Deer Park we don't charge anything for the programs. Yeah, but he is, I think I would really say, one of the best author on the Shamatha. And just to give the brief about him, he came to Dharamshala when he was 19 or 20 years. And then he used to live in the cave up in the mountain. And when His Holiness Dalai Lama came to know, he virtually brought him in his compound, and he used to give the guidance to him. And then I think, if I recall, either he was 29 or 39, he went back to the US. He finished his college with philosophy and the physics. And then he did his master's. He wrote his dissertation, PhD, everything is on Shamatha. And then, of course, he became the professor. And he has set up a center which is called Center for the Study of the Consciousness, which is 8 weeks program. It's almost like 1-to-1. So why I gave you this background is that his book is very authentic. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for this very basic question. I can't sit on the floor because I get pins and needles in my legs. So how do you avoid that? How do you prevent your legs from just?
If you can't sit on the ground, you can sit on the chair. Next Buddha would be on the chair. So it's not necessary that you really sit on the ground. You can sit on the chair, but two things: when you're sitting on the chair, your feet should not be crossed. Just stably on that. And the second point is that your back should not really touch the back of the chair. Yeah.
And the same rule about the hips being above the knees. So
Yeah. If possible, it would give you more stability. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any online questions or because I can't really, if it is there, otherwise I think. Yeah.
What was the name of the first book? Calming the Mind?
Yeah.
By?
Gen Lamrimpa. GEN LAM. Oh, sorry, LAM RIMPA.
Just a thank you. Asking about the book.
ठीक है.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
I find now it is much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the next time I'll try to continue this, and hopefully this should be fine. I even tried the Japanese.
Yeah.
Then it hurts the knees. Or
Mhm.
this is
So I think, yeah.
How to avoid like falling, not exactly falling asleep, but there's this state where you don't even know that thoughts are coming in. It's
Yeah.
like a dream-like state
Yeah.
that's happening. Opening eyes, I've tried, but then not used to opening eyes.
Yeah, this is called laxity, dullness. So at that moment, I think if you are really aware, just think of something very bright. Okay.
Then
Something very bright. Think of this room. So that dullness will go away. Or think of some star. Okay. Or beautiful Buddha image. Or anything. Yeah. So that because the main problem would be, one is the mind going away from the object of meditation. It goes away. And another one is it sinks down, what you're really saying. Okay? Yeah. And this sinking down becomes more and more as we keep on progressing on the path. Because it's almost like the mind is becoming calm, going down, and you lose this object, this sensation. Yeah. So I think fourth stage or the fifth stage, we will talk more about that. How to bring the introspection, which sits like a boss. You know, if you're working in the office, if your boss is watching from the other cabin, what will happen? You have to be more alert, isn't it? If he's not there, take care. So to see that there is no laxity, at the fourth or fifth stage, we will come to the introspection of the mind, which is watching whether this mindfulness is working well or not. Yeah. But for the time being, if you feel that it's becoming dull, certainly bring the light. Then, yeah. Like in the morning fog, if sun rays comes, what happens? It's like that.
Is it okay to open eyes and then close it just to avoid that? Say, for example,
You can do that also, but very softly, very softly. And then, yeah. Okay. Let's sit just for 1 minute and just feel that whatever merit that we have got, may this go for the benefit of all living being, not necessarily human being or living being. Okay, thank you very much. So today's 2 words that you have to carry is the physical posture and the first stage of the 9th stage, the placement. What is that placement? Placement of mind on the object of the meditation, and that is the tactile sensation here. Okay, thank you.